The news dropped like a bombshell, and no one saw it coming. Not the fans, not the analysts, and definitely not Caitlin Clark herself. Team USA just named her captain, and the announcement is shaking up everything about how people thought this roster would operate. At just 21, Clark is already a household name in basketball, dominating college courts and now stepping onto the world stage. But being named captain of Team USA, that's a level of responsibility and recognition even the most seasoned players don't get handed overnight. And the real kicker, insiders say she didn't even expect it herself. Imagine the pressure, being the face of Team USA, leading some of the best talent in the world, while also managing expectations from fans, coaches, and teammates. Clark has always been known for her calm confidence, her sharp court vision, and her scoring ability that seems almost effortless. But leadership, that's a whole new arena. The announcement wasn't just about her skills, it was about her presence, work ethic, and ability to inspire a team that's chasing Olympic gold. The reaction online was instant and fiery. Fans erupted across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Analysts debated the move, some questioning if her youth might be a challenge, while others praised the decision as a bold statement of trust in the next generation. Every highlight clip, every college stat, suddenly carried more weight. Every buzzer beater she's made was now seen as a sign that leadership and greatness were intertwined long before this official nod. But there's more to this story than just the announcement. Behind the scenes, sources say the coaching staff made this decision after months of careful evaluation, looking beyond stats and highlights. They watched her attitude in practice, her interaction with teammates, and her ability to lift those around her when the pressure was at its peak. And the fact that Caitlin herself didn't anticipate this honor only makes it more fascinating. A young star suddenly thrust into a position of enormous responsibility. As this story unfolds, the world will watch closely to see if Clark can translate her individual brilliance into true leadership on the biggest stage in basketball. Fans everywhere asking, is Caitlin ready to handle the weight of captaincy? Can she inspire Team USA to gold? And that's exactly what we're about to break down. Before anyone could even process the announcement, the weight of the moment hit Caitlin Clark. Being named captain of Team USA isn't just a title, it's a responsibility that extends far beyond the court. Clark has always been celebrated for her scoring, her vision, and her ability to make big plays under pressure. But leadership requires a different skill set entirely. It's about communication, poise, and the ability to lift the energy of an entire team, especially one filled with talented players who are equally used to being stars. For Clark, this meant balancing her individual brilliance with the responsibility to inspire confidence and unity among her teammates, both seasoned veterans and fellow young stars. The decision to make her captain didn't happen overnight. Sources close to Team USA's coaching staff reveal that they spent months observing Clark's behavior in practice, her interactions with teammates, and how she handles adversity. Leadership isn't something that can be measured by stats alone. While her record-breaking scoring averages and clutch performances make headlines, the coaches were focused on the intangible qualities. Her composure under pressure, her ability to stay calm in chaotic situations, and her willingness to support others even when the spotlight is on her. These qualities ultimately convinced the staff that Clark was ready to carry the responsibility of captaincy. The reaction from fans and analysts was immediate and polarized. On social media, supporters celebrated the move, highlighting Clark's hard work, dedication, and natural ability to inspire. Critics, however, questioned whether someone so young could handle the immense pressure of leading a national team on the international stage. Team USA has always demanded not just skill but mental fortitude, and being captain amplifies every decision, every pass, and every action under the microscope. Despite the mixed reactions, one thing was undeniable. Caitlin Clark now carries the hopes and expectations of a nation, and the spotlight on her has never been brighter. At the heart of this announcement lies a story about trust and preparation. The coaching staff's confidence in Clark reflects a broader belief in nurturing leadership from within, rewarding not just talent but character and vision. For Clark herself, the moment was humbling. She had spent years building her game, focusing on performance, and yet the recognition of leadership came as a surprise. Now, she must transition from being a dominant player to a true leader. someone capable of guiding Team USA through high-pressure tournaments, uniting diverse personalities, and setting a standard that matches the legacy of previous captains. The journey ahead will test her in ways scoring points never could, and how she responds will define not only her career but the trajectory of the team she now leads. The moment Caitlin Clark was officially named captain, the ripple effects extended far beyond her immediate circle. Teammates who had once seen her purely as a phenomenal scorer began to view her through a new lens, as a leader, a motivator, and the glue that could hold a championship-caliber team together. Leadership is not about dominance, it's about influence. Clark's ability to communicate, listen, and uplift those around her became the central focus for Team USA as they prepared for high-stakes international competition. Even the most seasoned players had to recalibrate their expectations, recognizing that a young captain could challenge conventions and lead with a fresh perspective. Social media exploded with analysis and debate, reflecting the broader conversation about what makes a great leader in sports. Supporters praised Clark's maturity, her basketball IQ, and the intangible energy she brings to every game. Critics, however, raised questions about her age and experience, pointing out that navigating egos and high-pressure moments is a skill often honed over years. For Clark, this public scrutiny added another layer of pressure. She wasn't just playing for herself or her college team anymore. She was representing a nation, carrying the aspirations of fans who expected both results and poise on the world stage. Behind the scenes, the coaching staff worked tirelessly to integrate Clark into the leadership role without disrupting team dynamics. Leadership in basketball is as much about subtle guidance as it is about visible authority. Clark had to learn how to command respect while maintaining approachability, how to make split-second decisions that considered the strengths and weaknesses of her teammates, and how to embody the values Team USA wants to project internationally. Every practice, every scrimmage, and every interaction became an opportunity for Clark to refine her leadership style and earn the trust of players who had been leaders themselves at the collegiate or professional level. The real test, however, was yet to come. As the team prepared for international tournaments, Clark faced the dual challenge of performing at the highest level while simultaneously inspiring confidence and cohesion among her teammates. Leadership isn't just motivational speeches or pre-game pep talks. It's the ability to demonstrate reliability, resilience, and a steady hand in moments of uncertainty. For Clark, stepping into this role required balancing her natural competitive drive with a newfound sense of responsibility, ensuring that every decision on and off the court contributed to the team's collective success. The path ahead would not be easy, but it was the kind of challenge that could define her career and solidify her legacy as not just a great player, but a true captain of Team USA. As the international competition approached, Caitlin Clark's role as captain became increasingly visible both on and off the court. Practices were no longer just about perfecting shots or coordinating plays. They became exercises in leadership and team chemistry. Clark had to step into the delicate balance of asserting her presence while also giving her teammates room to shine. Leadership at this level requires awareness, noticing when a player is struggling, when motivation is flagging, or when strategic adjustments are needed mid-game. Every pass, every decision, every word carried weight, and Clark quickly learned that her influence extended far beyond the stat sheet. Fans and analysts watched closely, dissecting every interview, every game clip, and every team interaction. Social media became a lens through which her leadership was scrutinized, amplifying both praise and criticism. Supporters highlighted her ability to inspire teammates and elevate the performance of those around her. Skeptics questioned whether she could maintain composure under the relentless pressure of representing the United States on the global stage. The duality of expectation, to perform at peak skill while simultaneously leading a team of elite athletes, placed Clark in a position few captains face so early in their careers. Inside the locker room, dynamics shifted subtly but significantly. Experienced players who had previously been the core leaders began to adapt to Clark's style. They noticed her ability to balance confidence with humility, her skill in communicating strategy without dominating conversation, and her instinct for lifting morale when momentum wavered. Leadership is often as much about quiet influence as it is about vocal direction, and Clark quickly earned the respect of her peers by demonstrating that she could be both a top performer and a team anchor. The cohesion she fostered became a critical factor as the team entered high-pressure scrimmages, where coordination and trust would ultimately determine success. Beyond the court, Clark's captaincy highlighted a new chapter for young athletes in professional and national sports. Her experience underscored that leadership is multifaceted. It's about preparation, emotional intelligence, and the ability to adapt to circumstances that change by the second. For Clark, the role challenged her to expand her vision of success from individual accolades to collective achievement. Each game became a test of not only skill but judgment, communication, and resilience. And as the tournaments began, it became clear that Caitlin Clark was not only leading Team USA with talent and determination, but also setting an example of what modern, young leadership looks like at the highest levels of sport. As the tournament progressed, Caitlin Clark's leadership was put to the ultimate test. Every high-pressure moment, whether a critical free throw, a tight defensive rotation, or a last-minute strategic call, became an opportunity to demonstrate not just skill, but poise and decision-making under fire. The spotlight wasn't just on her scoring anymore. It was on how she guided her teammates through challenging situations. Her ability to remain calm and focused, even when the game was on the line, began to earn her the kind of respect that extends beyond applause and highlights, the kind that solidifies a captain's influence over a team. Off the court, Clark's responsibilities expanded in ways many fans might not immediately notice. She became a liaison between the coaching staff and players, helping to communicate strategies, address concerns, and foster cohesion within a group of elite athletes, each accustomed to being a leader in their own right. Managing egos, mediating discussions, and maintaining morale were now just as important as her performance during the games. Her maturity and emotional intelligence were under constant scrutiny, yet she handled each situation with a quiet authority that belied her youth. Media attention also intensified. Every interview, every press conference, every social media post became a reflection of her leadership style. Critics continued to question her age and experience, but the consistency of her performance and the way she inspired those around her began to silence doubts. Fans increasingly saw her not only as a phenomenal player but as the heartbeat of Team USA. Her presence was no longer just about points on the scoreboard, it was about setting a standard, cultivating trust, and shaping the team's identity in the international spotlight. Through it all, Clark demonstrated that leadership is less about spotlight moments and more about influence, consistency, and integrity. She learned to balance her competitive instincts with the responsibilities of captaincy, showing that the strength of a team often rests in the subtle, steady guidance of its leader. As Team USA advanced deeper into the tournament, it became clear that Caitlin Clark's captaincy was more than a title, it was a transformative force, reshaping both her own approach to the game and the way her teammates approached theirs. The experience was proving that she could lead not just through skill, but through vision, resilience, and the ability to inspire those around her. As the tournament reached its climax, Caitlin Clark's impact as captain became undeniable. Every decision she made, every adjustment on the court, and every word of encouragement off it had a direct effect on the team's performance. Her teammates increasingly relied on her guidance, not just for strategic direction, but for emotional support during intense moments. The young stars and seasoned veterans alike recognized that Clark's leadership created a sense of cohesion and trust that had been missing in previous lineups. Her ability to elevate the team's collective game proved that being a captain isn't about personal stats, it's about amplifying the performance of everyone around you. Clark's journey also highlighted the broader importance of trust and preparation in leadership. The coaching staff had placed their faith in her, and she validated that confidence through consistent performance and steady decision-making. Even critics who had doubted her ability to handle the pressure were forced to acknowledge her effectiveness. Leadership at this level is rarely about flashy moments. It's about resilience, accountability, and the capacity to inspire others when the stakes are highest. Clark demonstrated all of these qualities while maintaining the grace and humility that had defined her rise. Off the court, Clark's influence extended beyond the team itself. Young athletes around the country watched her closely, seeing that age is not necessarily a barrier to leadership. Her journey became a case study in balancing talent with responsibility, ambition with empathy, and individual skill with team success. Clark proved that true leadership is both visible and invisible. It's about action, example, and the quiet work that goes unnoticed but drives results. Ultimately, Caitlin Clark's captaincy transformed not just her own career, but the identity of Team USA on the international stage. Her leadership set a standard for what it means to guide a team with skill, vision, and heart. By the end of the tournament, one thing was clear: Clark was more than a phenomenal scorer. She was the anchor, the motivator, and the leader who could carry a nation's hopes, and in doing so, she redefined what it means to wear the captain's armband in basketball. If you've been following Caitlin Clark's journey, you now see why her captaincy is more than just a title. It's a testament to talent, leadership, and resilience under pressure. From dominating the court to guiding Team USA through the toughest moments, Clark has proven that age is no barrier to greatness. If you want more in-depth breakdowns like this, the real stories behind sports headlines, the leadership lessons that don't make the news, and the moments that define careers, make sure to like this video so it reaches more fans. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to catch every story as soon as it drops. Drop a comment and let us know what you think. Will Caitlin Clark lead Team USA to gold? And which young athlete do you think could follow in her footsteps? The next video will dive even deeper into rising stars who are quietly reshaping sports, so stay tuned. Remember, in sports and in life, true leadership isn't always about the flashiest moves. It's about the moments that inspire, unite, and define a team.